Hey everyone, I'm Brett, and welcome to Nightwood Guns. In today's video, we are looking at the Masterpiece Arms DS9 Hybrid. Now, if you're someone who's like, ugh, not another 2011 video, then take a moment to look at this Smith & Wesson Model 29-2 with an 8 3/8 inch barrel that is mint. Whew, that's a nice gun. Presentation case. Now, for those of you who don't know, the 2011 or double stack 1911 style platform is my personal favorite semi-automatic pistol to shoot, so it's kind of been my mission to try out as many of them as I can and to share my thoughts, opinions, and experiences with them. A big thank you to the subscriber who loaned this to the channel for review. I don't know if you want to be doxxed, but you know who you are, and you're very appreciated. So in today's video, we're going to go over the pros, cons, and reliability on the DS9 Hybrid from Masterpiece Arms. Now, my experience with this pistol was very good, but it's not perfect. Definitely some things to consider. My negatives, and specifically the conclusion, are worth sticking around for. For this review, I shot Buffalo Creek 115 grain ammunition, and of course, as always, thanks Optics Planet. So first of all, since this is a loaner, I was not the person who put the first rounds through this gun, so I can't really speak to how it shoots right out of the box, more so after it's been broken in a little bit, but my experience was very positive. Let's talk about the things I liked. First of all of the controls are very easy to hit and reach, especially the slide stop. It's got quite the ledge on there without being sharp, which makes it a breeze for a slide lock reload. You can see that from the undercut to the back strap, they've kind of pinched this thing in to reduce overall reach, so I am able to hit the magazine release perfectly without breaking my grip with my medium-sized hands. The safety is very comfortable to ride your thumb on while shooting. And speaking of that undercut, it is very deep, and this might be the best blended undercut I've ever felt on a 2011 out of the box. This is going to ensure that your middle finger knuckle remains very happy during long days of the range, competition, whatever. We're going to get into grip texture a little later, but the overall ergonomics of the grip itself is very comfortable, intuitive, and pointable as far as shooting goes. I had no complaints there. Overall fit and finish on the pistol is actually impressive for something that is not a custom gun. I can only just barely get the slide to wiggle towards the rear of the slide right here. Up front, it is solid. The nitride finish on this is good. It's not DLC, but it's also not Cerakote. It looks like there's just a little bit of wear on the corner here, but overall, I think this is going to hold up just fine. The trigger on this thing absolutely blew me away. It's got, I don't know, quite a bit of travel and feels a little sloppy on the take-up, but from the wall, the break itself has very little travel and is extremely crisp and light. The thing that impressed me most is the reset. This might be the shortest reset I've ever felt on a 2011. The magwell or funnel on this thing is nuts. It's basically like a vortex, and it just sucks the magazine into it like a vacuum cleaner. It's wild. This is one of the best competition magwells I have ever run. We've got lightning cuts here at the top of the slide that double as serrations, and they're deep. They do their job. They grab onto you. The serrations start on the flat here, and then it turns into lightning cuts that wrap around the top of the slide, so no matter where you grab this thing from, it's nice and grippy if you need to whoosh, rack it. As you can see, the bull barrel sticks out a little bit. It's not flush and crowned, but it's fit perfectly to the gun, and this pistol, super accurate. Their non-reciprocating weight distribution on the gun is excellent. This thing shoots like a dream. We have a full dust cover here with a Picatinny rail. When you take into account the weight of this, along with the bull barrel and the lightning cuts in the slide, yeah, this thing's pretty soft shooting. And because of the way this gun is engineered with the recoil spring weight that they selected, the return to zero on this is perfect. Shooting doubles with this thing is super fun and pretty darn easy. And most importantly, this thing ran 100%, but I also tested my Staccato 2011 mags, Atlas mags, and Checkmate mags. Speaking of Checkmate mags, the new Checkmate 2011 magazine that is flush fit, holds 19 rounds with a hold open follower, is absolutely dynamite. 19 rounds, flush fit, and you will get slide lock from an empty mag, and these things run 100%. So check out these Checkmate mags if your wallet is thick. These are my new favorite 2011 mags, especially if you're running a gun for duty, carry, home defense, whatever. Now, this gun is not perfect. We're going to hop into negatives here, but if you're enjoying the video or you've enjoyed videos of mine in the past, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. That is the #1 most important thing you can do if you'd like to see my channel stick around and grow and blossom into a much bigger and greater channel. And also, if everyone can work together using the power of friendship and hit that like, thumbs up button right now, that would really help. If you'd like to take it a step further and support the channel directly, in the links in the description below, you can find my Patreon for general channel support, and of course you can find my books on Amazon and some fun merch. Now my first negative on the Masterpiece arms is that the safety isn't really tuned very well, especially when flicking the safety off. It's got some mush to it, and it goes down in kind of like 2 clicks. It catches once right here really mushy, and then you mush past it for the second click to get it off. For how much it costs, it should be solid up and down, but it's not a deal breaker. It does not impede the function of the gun. If you just take it straight off, you're not even gonna feel it. Even though this is a pricey pistol, it's still not a $10 billion kajillion dollar custom 2011. And because of that, we just have some sharp spots in general, like the rear of the thumb safety here. They do a decent job of blending this little piece of the frame that sticks out where the grip module plugs in. But the corners of the rail and the slide, you know, it doesn't feel well blended. While they did a great job blending it in the important parts of the gun around the grip, just general handling this thing can kind of poke you in a few places. And finally, the grip texture on this module in particular is okay. Like, it really sticks into my shooting hand, gripping it front to back, but gripping it with my support hand, I don't know, it gets the job done, it's fine, it's just not as grippy as I would like it to be. But overall, from my experience with the Masterpiece arms, it seems like this is to double stack 1911 pistols what Dan Wesson is to 1911s, kind of this semi-custom, ready to go out of the box, no additional work done to it that you don't need, but it can kind of hang with the bigger custom boys. Like, compared to something like an Atlas Gunworks, this feels like a tool, but a well-made tool. But in this category of pistol, the 5-inch double stack 1911, the guns like that I loved so much that I decided to keep consist of the 5-inch Bull Armory TAC, the Staccato XC, the Stealth Arms Platypus, and the Bull Armory Blaze. Out of all of these, the Masterpiece arms definitely shoots better than the Platypus does, as it should for the price, but it's close enough to the others to kind of call it a wash. The Blaze is a few hundred less than the Masterpiece arms. They shoot almost identically. I'd give this slight edge to the Blaze in my hands at least. And also this comes with some neat features like the shielded safety. But with the Masterpiece arms, you are getting an accessory rail, so in that sense, I guess you could compare it to the 5-inch TAC from Bull Armory. They shoot very similarly. Masterpiece arms might edge it out just because of the weight with the metal grip. So if you want a 2011 with a metal grip, you can get it either aluminum or steel. You want it to be ready to go out of the box. You don't want to, get a Prodigy, put in an ignition kit, get yourself a Chile grip, and you want to be in the 2011 magazine ecosystem since Bull Armory is proprietary, then I think the Masterpiece arms is something you should strongly consider. Now, if you've got the extra scratch, you're probably better off, bumping up or saving up for something like an Atlas or an Infinity, maybe a Fowler, something like that. But if your budget is just above $3 and you can't really budge from that, then this is a very strong contender. But in my opinion, this is exactly what I would expect from a 2011 in the price range of 3 big ones. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video, everyone. It was great seeing you again, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm Brett, and this was Nightwood Guns. Nightwood out.